Oh my god, my lamp's not on.
Push it up.
My lamp wasn't on. I'm here, everybody.
Jasper,
Hi.
you muted.
Oh my god, I'm muted where? How? When?
Oh wait, no, he's not.
Yeah, no, I'm
Weird.
like, gaslighting me. Anyway, I swear to god, one of these streams for Lucia isn't gonna be scuffed. It's every f***ing time.
How are we gonna...
It's like a trend now. It's a thing.
How are we gonna have not a scuff stream if we have the scuff right here?
No, that's the scruff.
I'm the
That's the
scruff.
Oh, I'm
the
sorry.
Scruff. The
I
scruff.
thought she was
Sorry.
just making a joke.
The scruff. Speaking of which, it's here. It's fucking here.
You have the emote?
Oh yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's here. It got me fucking killed on Thursday. That's not even a joke.
How did it get you killed?
So people kept spamming it in chat, so everybody swung at me and I died. By like turn 5. It wasn't even a contest.
I played a part in that. I came in at the wrong time.
I was like, this is probably one of the hardest that this goddamn phrase and thing has ever gotten me killed. It's a goddamn emote.
He was playing my deck too, which I found even more bad about.
We should just at this point make it like a redemption button. Like for like 500 points, they can do rough the scruff, and everyone has to swing it rough.
It's like, see, if we had a much larger following, it would progress to like farther down the line. Like, are you familiar with like the "I'm sorry, John" sort of Garfield fan fiction? If we had a large following, it would progress from rough the scruff to like crucify him real fast.
Rough the scruff, and then there's hang him by his entrails.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, the rough the scruff though, you can thank. I believe it's from Randy from Cardboard Combat, right?
Oh yeah. Randy from Cardboard Combat is where it all started. He was just sitting there, and then all of a sudden in the chat, I was playing in the game with him, and all of a sudden I see in the chat just hashtag rough the scruff from him. And I was like,
and
it's over.
And it just spiraled out of control.
Anyway.
It is a compliment to me as a Magic player. It is also kind of annoying.
Anyway.
There is no in between. Sorry.
Welcome to episode 19?
18
of Magic The Dungeoing.
You have it in the title correctly, and you still said it wrong.
I wasn't looking at it in front of me. I don't
Jasper
have...
also forgot to read.
Yeah, no, after the week I've had, I think that the week we've had, I deserve the ability to be illegible for like 5 minutes. Anyway, welcome to episode 18 of Magic the Dungeoning, Bond of Passion. I am your host and Dungeon Master Jasper, joined here by Danny, who will be playing Seren the Druid.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Shannon, who will be playing Farah the Rogue.
Hi.
Will, who will be playing Colden the Paladin.
Following up what Danny said, no habla agua.
Sean, who will be playing Malgan the Wizard.
I speak English.
And Ryan, who will be playing Merrick the Blood Hunter.
Can we? Oh my god, I'm not ready for this playing anymore.
Oh, no. But it's ready for you, baby.
You can dance if you want to.
No.
You can leave your friends behind.
I don't dance in real life,
Your friends
and Merrick don't dance in
no
game.
friends of mine.
So, last session, I think, was pretty fun. In the worst way possible.
Oh my god, I got dropped from the ceiling!
So, last session, if I remember correctly, the party, plus a few others, went
Are you freaking blind? That's a rock!
Not yet. Not blind yet.
Sorry, I quoted a gorilla song.
Oh yeah, I know. Based. Is everyone? Yeah, I know. Okay, it's that part's unscuffed. I was like,
No, we're good.
yeah, we're good. We're good. I was
The
like,
only the beginning was scuffed.
Oh yeah.
Only the beginning?
Well, and the middle and end.
Well, yes, it's going to be more scuffed, I think. You guys went to a gala showed off by Plex the Fairy Artisan, or Artist, or as their card type would say, Fairy Wizard. And during that showing, you interacted with a couple of party guests, a Himbo, a Master of Fortune, and Kefkin for a little bit. It was a good old time. Ira was reminded that Seren is a druid and can wild shape. And you got to roll on a D100 list where things happened.
So the last time she wild shaped, by the way, was episode 7.
Yeah, it's been a
In
minute.
season 1.
It's been a minute. I
When
forgot.
She tried checking for traps, right?
Yes.
No, she transformed into a spider during combat and then
Spider.
got the shit knocked out of her.
No,
Yeah.
no, it was to do a trap because I transformed into a spider, went under the floorboards, and found out that the suits are going whoop, and I figured out the trap.
Oh, that's right.
was-
You're thinking
such
of when
a-
I jumped in the hole and I didn't have wild shape fast enough before I would hit the ground, and Kevkin saved me, and he got a big old kiss.
It was quite a time. That was so long ago.
Oh no,
I-
I'm talking about when we appeared on when we were on Zimpt, we tracked all the bad guys, and you transformed into a wolf spider to go fight them, and you were like, "Oh, they only have 11 hit points," and you got the shit knocked out of you in 1 round.
You know, I forgot about that.
It's been a long time since
It's
then.
been a
We're all
while,
better
but
people
Just wait
now.
until Face Fighterhood.
Oh, please.
Oh, we still haven't introduced Darna, Shannon, or Merrick.
No, we did.
We did?
did.
Okay, I'm stupid.
You were too busy speaking Spanish.
Took all my brain power.
Overclock's brain in Spanish.
Ah!
But after the
Fuego.
most chaotic fight of so far, through by some standards, you were able to, what's the word I'm looking for? Encourage Plex to surrender. And now Plex is more than willing to, I guess, talk about exactly what the vibe is and go into detail. They have brought you into their lower sanctum, which will be revealed on the map now. Let's get into it.
Oh. My.
Friendly reminder, folks, because
What is
I
it?
almost
Sure.
forgot. Plex goes by they, them.
Ah, yeah, you're right. Forgot about that.
So, as
Oh,
you...
I'd like to retcon something that happened last session.
Yeah.
Calden didn't transform. He
Fair
just
enough.
smashed into the flagstones like a pile of bricks, stood up like nothing happened.
Let's see. What's a good song for tonight? I know, honestly, I like the one I was playing right now.
Oh, Kevkin's with us now?
Oh yeah, he was, after you guys left the Hall of Curious Curios, he was standing out in the main room.
Oh, he decided to come with us.
Yes. Because
He knew we were about to kick ass, and so he was just waiting.
he wanted to see what would happen. So you all descend into this dark room lit by what seems to be like ice lining the pools of water around this stone structure.
Fancy.
Plex remarks as soon as they get down. Yes, we know you have dark vision. It doesn't require it here. The ice is luminous enough to keep the room to a dimly lit area. As soon as you reach the bottom of this place, you can feel how it's sort of cold. You can feel like the mist on your breath as you breathe, for those of you that do. Shut up. We know! Anyone else want to say they have dark vision in chat?
I was about to say, is Malcolm
I'm
just saying
just
I have low
Malcolm
light vision?
typing.
And Ryan technically has dark vision.
With the
Actually,
goggles.
Ryan technically has, Merrick has the best dark vision.
You know what the worst part about
Doesn't
this?
Shan have dark vision too because
No.
of goggles, or does Merrick have those?
Merrick.
Merrick's got the goggles.
Can Shan just not see in the dark?
Nope.
No, but I can share that ability. I can share it with because of the goggles. I can
Oh,
actually share
right.
that.
Sipha said that she has dark vision.
Are you trying to say this is in character?
No.
These rocks are all in character.
I have dark vision. I also have dark vision. I'd like to add to those remarks by stating that I have dark vision.
And the scuff is back.
Nah. Disagree.
Anyway,
Same.
Anyway.
what does yeah, Plex is like, oh yeah, by the way, same.
Yeah, no, like, look. I have dark vision. You have dark vision. Is there anyone else here who has dark vision that I should know about?
The
Merrick
very
slaps on
tiny.
his goggles.
They're the only one
Merrick's like, nope.
Farrah in here squinting.
Fire! No, you're just wearing your sunglasses. Here, take those off.
Farrah lights a psychic knife on fire, just throws it down a hallway.
So,
Oh, actually, like a.
As you reach the bottom of this room, it's very cold in here, ambiently enough to cause fog on one's breath. As soon as this pillar, this dais, reaches the bottom with a Plex stretches and cracks their fingers before stepping and then turns to you and says, "You know, the master before me was also an artist, as you probably could have expected, but they were, and get this, an illusionist." Illusionist. Nothing material about it. What's the craft? How hard you can think?
How easy life must be for them to just imagine what they want and create it. No work at all.
I know! Ridiculous.
Calden just eyes Serrano that statement. Just
Everyone's a critic, Calden. Get over it.
apparently.
But Plex steps forward and cracks their fingers and but I wouldn't be a master of the arts if I didn't at least practition. They held this room for their own ministrations and show-offiness, but I've decided to adapt it to another purpose since then. And as Plex raises their finger, you see what seems to be a figment in blue aura alight on the northernmost pillar. It seems to project this sort of scene of a small kingdom made of, like, brick and mortar, something you would see out of, say, maybe something more medieval. Plex then goes on to say, "Centuries ago, from what I'm told, Lucia was once a smaller kingdom of sorts. A kingdom at war with all others in its region. You see, people would fight for land, resources, all that sort of mucky stuff that were very much past. It was humans against core, against fairy, against orc, against giant. For no one's quite sure how long, but centuries, millennia seem to be accurate. This war of no peace only led to bleed the land dry of any resources or magic left. It was when the giants finally fell to extinction that a plan was concocted by the remaining of their people." The image then rotates around the room again to portray another scene of this dark room where you see about 5 figures silhouetted in this dimly lit, surrounded by a familiar figure. A younger, more human-looking version of Kelvos sits in the middle of this platform, surrounded by what seem to be several other mages. Apparently a plan was concocted, a massive spell costing the lives and works of hundreds of wizards. This spell, the intent was to basically enforce peace, and the focus of that would be, well, I'm sure you've already can guess. But I don't think Kelvos had it in him to enforce peace in such a vicious and vile way. So when that moment came, and the magic was forced into him, into the land, it changed it slightly. There would certainly be no war here, no more killing, no more dying, but also no more sadness, no more greed, jealousy, or envy. He, through his own force of will, made it so that no one could feel any negative emotion, thus, I guess, a deterrent, as you say, and it does, as you say, limit freedom, but it's freedom for the better. He would tell you that people here on Lucia have the freedom to be who they want, freedom to love, freedom to act, and freedom to live as they choose. And aren't those freedoms worth the loss of freedom to do else? But now that you're here, I think that so-called freedom might be in contention.
Are they waiting for a response from us?
They seem to be look as the vision then returns back to the normal room after depicting basically what is Times Square that you've passed through a couple of times. I just thought you should understand exactly what you're fighting for, or rather, fighting against in this case. Know that you'll be toppling the crown, but also you might risk throwing us back into our older ways.
I do have one question. So Von Kelvos hasn't always been a vampire?
Not to my experience. He was once a man, I'm told.
Then how did he become that?
I believe it was through manifestation of the spell. Are not all vampires like him?
No. No, they're not.
I look at Sipha and I say,
Not to try to sell you out at all. Do all vampires on Lucia drink emotion?
Sipha looks to you after kind of like shaking herself from this stupor. As far as I know, me and my father are the only two vampires on Lucia. If there are others, they're not making themselves obvious.
DM,
Yeah.
may I roll an insight check on Sipha? Not for whether she was lying about vampires, but I want to understand her feelings of shock and just her feelings upon hearing the story. See if it's something that bored, that she's maybe heard of a billion times, new news. I would like to do a little insight tea by tea.
Sure.
This is when my character sheet decides to freeze.
Amazing.
well, she's doing that. Calden says to Plex,
But this isn't real peace. This is a facsimile. Because realistically, all that could happen is one of two things. If he's feeding off of the emotions and the feelings of the people, then eventually either he's going to run out of sources to feed him, which means there won't be any happiness here, and then the spell does nothing. I've experienced this drain firsthand. So this is limited. This isn't real peace. This has a clock. And with the way I've seen the people here partying and drinking and getting along, it is wonderful to see. I can't deny that in the slightest. I've seen people who aren't happy in their real lives everywhere I go, but here there is nonstop smiles. It honestly puts my heart at kind of ease. But at the same time, it's not real.
Some would argue that all peace is some level of deception. Is not all treaty an entrapment, a promise to be nice, to play it nice?
Sure. But how do we know that those 5 that put that spell in the first place did not have ulterior motives?
If they did, Kelvos would dissuade them.
And yet, to your knowledge, he's the only one of the original 5 still living.
So far.
you
Nothing
know
else
the other
kills people on Lucia besides old age, after all. None of them were made immortal.
He's the only one.
Plex just nods.
I'd like to know more about his immortality. The costs, the emotion vampire thing you were talking about. I'd like to hear more about it.
Oh, you're saying this to Plex?
I'm saying this to Sipha, actually. Because she's been clearly referred to as one of the only two. What better source than the source?
What do you want to know?
Everything? If there's any differences between you and your father? Other than strength?
Well, unlike him, I wasn't always this old. I age. I don't think he does.
So he's immortal to aging only. Realistically, he can be killed. I actually look at Plex when I say that.
I'd love to see you try.
I'm not saying we will. I'm just asking. Look, honestly, if we can get out of here without starting a fight, that would be the best as well. But honestly, I don't think he's going to give up anything without one.
Wouldn't you?
If it meant I could protect the innocent, yeah, without a second thought.
You know, from a certain perspective, well, our perspective, you're the ones invading and changing things. You must understand the optics of it all. And whether you're victorious or not, people may not revere you as much as you expect them to.
Realistically, in a fight, there is no such thing as right and wrong. There's only different shades of gray.
Interesting conclusion.
It's funny how much this spell over this world aligns with this room. Wouldn't you say so? Plex?
It is a work based on inspiration.
More so, this room which you view, all illusion, all smoke and mirrors. No real effort put in towards the magic that you see. It's kind of starkly similar to the people outside. They cannot work and forge to find their own happiness. It is there on a silver platter of smoke and mirrors.
I'm going to take a page out of Malgin's book because he did this. I look at Sipha and I say, can you describe to me what happens if you don't feed for some time?
For me, it's like a fatigue, almost. Like exhaustion, maybe if you... discomfort. I don't feel all there.
What's the longest you've ever gone without feeding? I know, personal question, I apologize.
It was right after I sparked and left here. I wanted to get away from everything my father was. But it's... about 3 months.
So not feeding can't kill you.
As far as I know, usually the opportunity comes before the consequences. And she kind of like looks to Kefkin as she says that.
I look at Plex and I say, you said nobody dies on of old age on Lucia, right?
Nobody
But people
dies.
only die. People only die of old age, right?
Yes.
What's happened to all the previous masters?
Well, Calvos is a very ancient man, thousands of years old. The original masters he chose withered and died from time. He in his immortal body doesn't have that consequence. Just as me, Barnes, Fell, and Kefkin here will also probably pass on without some outside assistance. And Kelvos will outlive us, too.
I don't mean the original. I mean, what happened to your predecessor? Are they still alive?
Yes, I believe they are retired in a home somewhere by the ocean, enjoying the fruits of a laborious life. They could no longer hold a brush, so to speak.
How old were they?
About, should be, it's the last time I saw Rue. 80s, 90s? It's been a while. We don't really talk anymore over a little disagreement we had a little while back about the use of a certain pigment, and well, that's another story for another time.
Is it? Go ahead.
Sorry. I don't know if this was answered or not, because I was focused on something else. Pets. How did you become one of the 4, 5?
Well,
4 technically.
I was good friends with Rue for a very long time, a protege of hers. And when the time came for her to pass on the mantle, and for Kelvos to elect a new one, I was recommended. Being the only fairy in the actual city does help one stand out. Being the best artist, who is also a fairy, helps one stand out even greater.
That's interesting. Were all of them passed down that way?
Well, but that's how the Bowers works. I'm sure you could probably guess that Felicia and Barnes have their own methods of passing the torch.
Hey, Ryan, Shannon, Sean, Danny.
What are you thinking?
I apologize for what Calden's about to say next.
Ruh-roh.
Calden looks at Sipha and says, "Look, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. We don't have a good reason to be here. You need to tell us why your father has to go, or quite frankly, there's no reason for the 5 of us to stay." What I brought up is a good point. This is timed. This will only last so long, and ultimately, when this comes down, one of 2 things happens. Either Von Kelvos goes and all hell breaks loose, or all hell just breaks loose. And I get that. This plane needs real peace. But this at least can give you the time to find it. I want to help you because you've helped us.
but I don't know how to help you. Does that make sense?
This
If,
kind of
unless, so last thing Halden says is, unless Plex and the other masters are hiding something, or history isn't being shown to us truly, then I don't know what to do here. I am at an impasse. Everything here seems fantastic. I've seen people, I motion to Kefkin, who were miserable, who are now the happiest they've ever been.
no offense taken, good friend.
Sorry, Kefkin. Love you.
Love you too.
But you are miserable, and I want to help you. But how? Why?
Why? I didn't think that would be a question. Why help? Because you owe me.
No, not why help you. Not why help you. I know why we're helping you. Why take down your father?
I had a... She sort of sighs and she kind of like pulls something out from beneath her jacket. A sort of, looks like a ring on a necklace. I had a friend, let's call her that, once. And back then, when I was unaware of the multiverse, my father's exact machinations of his spell, he was living a good life. I guess anyone from the outside would call it a good life. I would at the time. But I had this friend. Zorsha was her name. And it was one night we were hanging out in a bar somewhere. And we were having a good old time. I knew I had a fragment of my father's abilities. I could control the vibe to an extent. Around a person, around a group of people, around you. And I made the mistake of asking my friend to be honest with me, to be real with me. When I pulled the magic from her mind, the person I saw was wretched, horrified, like they'd been a person trapped in a body that wasn't theirs. I tried to calm her down, placate her, but none of my magic worked. She was overworked, like she'd just been freed from a prison of the mind. She's no longer with us now. I couldn't stop her from that. She ran somewhere far away, out of the reins of the city, out of the radius of the vibe, and she's been gone ever since. I don't know if she's dead, worse, or I don't know. I hope that she's okay. But the look on her face when the magic fell from her eyes and the terror she witnessed, I realized exactly the truth of what this magic is. It is peace, it is all these things, it is a stasis of war. But it annihilates the soul. From out to within. And certainly, most people aren't you, or Kefkin, or the Masters. They're not strong-willed like the rest of us are. If my father ever does pass, and the vibe ends for whatever reason, it won't just be hysteria. It'll be a lot of deaths I'd rather prevent before they happen. If we can take him down on our terms, then maybe we can make that fall a bit more cushioned.
Sipha,
I know what you're going to say. Save it. I've heard it.
I don't think you do know what I'm going to say. I hear you, Sipha. I look over at Calden. And I look back at her. We're not going to abandon you. I'm not going to abandon you. If you require help to cushion your people as we release them from this spell of pleasure, we will do that. But I fear this means there may be a chance we have to become the cushion.
Or we have to become the villains.
Exactly.
Or Plex, how would you like to paint your greatest piece of artistry ever?
Now, let's not get ahead of ourselves. If you do go through with this plan, God forbid, if you succeed, I only have everything to lose from this. Tactically speaking...
Hear me out.
What's your offer, soldier?
A new vibe. A redefined vibe.
I'm listening.
I look at the group. What if none of the other masters have to die? What if we can work this like somebody who's addicted to a drug? We create a new vibe that Kelvos is not a part of, and you wean them off of it slowly. Implement your regulations and the things you need to keep everyone from losing their collective shit. We can help cushion that, of course. I assume Von Kelvos' power is probably leagues beyond ours if he's controlling an entire plane. But I think Plex, Kefkin, Barnes, and Fell, plus the 5 of us and Sipha, we could probably bring the city down safely. This isn't real peace. And Sipha's right.
I look at our exo
Also, thank you. If this plane comes off its high with no one being prepared for it, people are going to die. There's no way about it.
Once they have the ability to. I imagine the withdrawal, like anything. And then Sipha just trails off.
This what Sipha said means that if people break, if they can, it's only a path of ruin. This isn't real.
and he motions to the room around him.
It's an illusion. And an illusion of peace is not real peace. The intent is honestly not bad. I don't disapprove of the intent at all, in any way, shape, or form, to be quite frank.
It is just childishly misguided.
I think I would more so refer to it as gift wrapped nicely. It's an empty box with really pretty wrapping paper. Also, what the hell is wrapping paper?
But Calden motions to the rest of you and is like,
I'm gonna help Sipha. But if we're gonna do this, we probably need to stick together. So if anybody wanted to leave, this would be the time.
I think we need to speak more plain about what we intend on doing. My proposal, I'm not sure if it is the same as yours. I think we should all take on the vibe and slowly turn off that faucet.
Calden's is the same, except for it's keep the 4 current masters, because if they were chosen by Von Kelvos, then they've already have the power to do it. But to use Sipha, who has the blood of Von Kelvos, and us, who are strong and powerful in our own rights, to do the same thing. Basically, we're taking a 5-legged table that has one leg that has one edge of the table way heavier than the others. We're going to take out one leg, replace it with 6 little legs until 4 legs can hold it. Like, we can't be here permanently.
We should also look into Sipha. How many of your friends are not encapsulated by the Vide, like your ones at the warehouse?
The only ones I could calm down in time were those 2. Well, Yen came to me. It was strange, honestly.
If there are those 2, there will be more. And as soon as they're out, just as your friends, they will need a support network. We cannot just release them into the wild. You need to instruct your friends to start building help shelters of sorts. Ways where people can go and get their bearings as they calm down from this. Maybe regulated areas to where they can slowly take down their own addictions as they wean off. This magic is going to make people crash and burn and desperate and horrified of their own actions. There needs to be safety nets in place for them once we start bringing them down. They need a community. And you, Sipha, are of this community. Only you have the power to help loosen them. Not loosen them, that is the wrong term. You and the others, as part of their community, will be familiar and helpful to them. We can help do the dirty work, but it's up to you and your friends and your community to build up safety nets for them. We can't just let them land on gravel.
You hear Plex give off a sort of almost like a laugh. So, Kef, what do you think? Did they pass your test?
I'm gonna kick both your asses. You shitting me?
Kef, did you yell at me for no reason? Because I swear to God, I'll cry.
I literally had
This was
Kefkin by the throat 2 sessions ago.
This was a setup. I swear to God, I will kick someone's ass.
Kefkin takes off the helmet. Well, if we're being honest, it wasn't my idea exactly. It was Plex's when I came to them with concerns that you had arrived. After you talked me down, then he kind of like rubs his neck as he says this.
Were you worried?
Oh no, Merrick had hit me in a good freaking.
Yeah.
Merrick was actually genuine when I did that. I made that choice. No, Merrick was genuinely pissed.
Oh, I thought
You got
Jasper's gonna
whipped
rip our hideouts by having us fight Kefkin. That's all.
Have to kill him, guys. Seren made a promise.
Sorry. Yeah. Don't make the rules.
I hate to break it to you, but I gotta snap your neck. It's just the way it is. I'm just the messenger.
That is the way.
See if Kefkin goes like Merrick like, all right, claws out.
Kefkin
I will
continues.
break you like a Kit Kat bar.
Kefkin continues with. Well, it was Plex's idea, sort of. They wanted to see if I had friends that could change things for the better. But they had to make sure that you were going to go about it in the right way and not just... Well, you've heard the stories of Dominaria.
I point to Plex.
What's
I don't like
Dominaria?
you.
You don't have
It's
to
a-
like me. You just
it's
have to
another
side
plane.
with me.
Oh.
I look at Plex. I don't like you. I point at Kefkin. I'm starting not to like you.
If it helps any, they were
Ma-
right to test us. Imagine
agree.
if we did just go in and
Guns
slay every
a-blazing.
single, guns a blazing, and kill and cut every single rope, and let every single one of these people drop.
In my
I know.
in my experience, when the 2 times we had worked together, we had slayed a fear demon and deposed a machine lord. I didn't know you had finesse in your wheelhouse. I do apologize.
Merrick looks at Kefkin and goes like, yeah, the same fear demon that's in my chest right now.
It's because I showed up.
To be fair, that was my fault. I'm the one that summoned it on purpose. Seren
Finesse
was
is my
working
whole
through.
thing.
Seren was getting past her trauma by like, I'm the fear demon now.
Calden's like,
and
I'm
it's
also now
because-
just one
it's
person again.
because- Yeah, it's because the first Calden died.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there
Hate
was
this-
that.
I hate this plane more and more each fucking session. I really fucking do. I want off this plane so bad.
Smerek's just like, I wanna go home.
Merrick
Merrick doesn't even want to. He can't go home yet. He doesn't know how to get home.
Oh, you know what's
Okay.
worse? Every time we're on this plane, all I can hear is Fall Out Boy's Time to Be Alive.
I'm gonna go put
So-
that on in the background now.
It's just a song in the chorus just screams, "What a time to be alive." So yeah, Calden says, "Okay, so then the question is, are Barnes and Fell on the same page?" Fuck.
Shit.
Hold on, is this Jasper laughing or Plex laughing?
This is Plex laughing.
Okay.
Oh.
Both.
No, I knew.
both.
Yeah, or both. Both.
I've had 2 conversations with Barnes in the many years we've known each other. He is not one for losing
Is,
a bet.
Oh,
Barnes the,
I don't like the sound of that.
Merrick looks at Mal and goes like, "Is that how
Yep.
you were?"
Yep.
And
What the fuck?
When
I
when
may
made
be
him
able
lose a
to
bet.
see the nuance of everything you're doing, but Barnes is a man of stocks and value. He'll only take it as a loss. And Felicia, on the other hand, she's,
I don't even want to get even talk to her about her.
you might be able to persuade her, but you'd have to get through that thick skull of hers first.
I'll leave that to the girls.
Hey, I'm a pretty good talker.
Shut up.
I like to stab things. I don't. What? Good talker? What?
Or as a stabber, not a talker.
Yeah.
Action first, questions later.
So, if you can, I'd say, convince them, I'd love to see how you do that. I will be watching, or rather, I'll be
From-
listening to the gossip.
I'll say this from the read I got on Barnes, I think it was that Mal and I played card games with.
You played cards with Barnes?
This is
I-
my fault. It's okay.
Yep, that's it. Blame
Okay.
him. Blame him.
You know better. Merrick, I expect
I-
this from, but you?
I saw.
Merrick looks at Paul like,
opportunity. I took it.
Am I wrong?
I made a bet. I won the bet.
Oh, why would you do that?
something tells me. So out of character. Well, actually in character. No, yeah, there was no real bet. We're good there.
Anything.
He
Other
didn't
than I'd
lose,
win.
and yeah, you lost bragging rights to that single round of cards.
Yes.
Yeah, that's about right. Unfortunately, he strikes me as a man or person. Can't assume.
Oh no, he's a man. A 6 on the
I know.
Kinsey scale, but a man.
He's an MLM kind of guy.
He's a iron sharpens
Merrick
iron
looks
kind
at
of
Merrick looks
gentleman.
at Calden and goes like, "We're gonna have that conversation with him.
I like
Oh,
conversation.
He's gonna punch me in the face, isn't he?
He's
I
gonna
do.
punch both of us in the face."
Maybe.
Punch you in the face.
There's gonna be Skylar all over
He's gonna
again.
love you in the face.
That
Skylar all
no,
over
I
the
don't.
game.
No,
Martha
I
Comeditis
actually like
switches
that
home as
less.
good night.
Can he just punch me instead?
I mean, when he saw me, he actually like had his hostility was a little.
Oh, he loved
Story.
Merrick.
Oh, yeah,
I
he-
thought you were into that sort of thing.
He looked at me and I'm like,
No, he's fight sexual. I'm not into that.
He's fight
What?
sexual.
What the
You're not
heck
into
is-
fight sexual.
His number one love language is combat.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
that
he likes to
that
fight.
Calden
That's
would
what
have
it
actually
is.
said that. Calden was like, I hate people who just want to throw punches just for the sake of it.
Merrick looked at Calden
I
and goes like,
mean, there's just some people like that.
No, you throw claws. That's a different story. You're an animal.
I like the girls go for Felicia, guys go for.
That is a terrible idea. No, we're not splitting the party.
"Do it."
I think we
ones.
should.
We should.
should
do
We should.
No, because that's
Why?
a bad time waiting to happen.
No,
Oh, that's what it is.
No,
we can do it.
See, no.
No.
Me and Farah to get Farah, we
Oh,
can fuck
no.
shit up.
See, Farah and Soren are gonna
We
walk in there and be
could.
like, "You are powerless against the might of Balenciaga."
Whoa. Sipha would be there.
That's it.
Yeah, that's what
Farrah
we-
just opened his door. I've done some investigating, bitch, and Saint Gucci.
First of all, your Jordans are fake.
Second of all, I will crease your J's.
Oh my god!
Your dresses, wow.
Right now, I
Your
actually
hair,
really
whack.
want to punch Kefkin.
Come on. Girls get Sipha and Yen. We get Clive. It'll be a great time.
Mm-hmm.
How the fuck are we supposed to get their attentions?
How
Do
did
we
you
know
fucking-
anybody who has any insides with Felicia?
Points to fucking.
What did you do?
Points to Plex.
Farah?
Oh, I flirted with the photographer of hers.
Can everyone keep things out of their mouth and in their pants, please?
I can.
It's not like I was like, hey, yo,
innocent.
I'm a
I thought we was into
planeswalker.
this.
Like,
I'm also in my brain, just like the three
you
of me
want my
from
number?
season 1 and
Like,
2,
I
just being
didn't
like,
just
how
say
about us?
that.
I'd like to think that Calden complete in season 2, Calden are just like, we wanted to fuck Von Kelvos. What are you talking about?
He doesn't
we were
know.
on to
We got the
Like,
straight
They're just
call
pointing
back.
at each other like Spider-Man meme, just
Oh, we got the straight call back.
I'm sure I could
No, this
find him
Calden's still-
again.
this Calden's still demisexual. You got a good personality, he can love you.
Oh, trust me.
He's like, your vibes are rancid.
Your vibes are rancid, ill, or oh no.
All right. Joking aside,
So we have ins to talk to Felicia and Barnes. That's good. That's good.
Now for the technicalities. Plex. How does the transfer of power work?
Yeah, it says. Well, for me, it was a handshake,
What?
a transfer of ability, and then a flow of power. I felt it before I knew what it was.
Hey Jasper.
Mm-hmm.
Calden was dumb enough to shake Von Kelvos' hand.
Yeah, and you feel like when he left, something of yours left too.
But you can't remember what. Quick count. How many Caldens are in your head? Oh no, there's one missing.
Too many.
1, 2, 3,
Which one's depressed now?
4.
So, you could theoretically hand your power off any moment you'd want to.
Yes, but I never
Kefkin.
would.
You can as well.
I couldn't see why not. I mean, for me, it was a whisper.
No one whispers at a rave.
It was like he was telling me a secret.
Secrets can't be heard in loud rooms. It's the perfect time to spread them.
I think it's more so the idea of the way they work. Kefkin affects everybody's ears, and Plex would do everything through painting, using his hands.
That's not an
That's the way I'm viewing it.
impossibility.
Can I
That's
do
not an impossibility.
can I do like a nature check or an arcana check, or is the sense is all of these based off of the 5 senses? Like touch, hearing, feel, see. Can I do like a arcana set check to see if
Oh,
that's how it works?
good call. It definitely is.
I'm good at riddles.
The question is, who the fuck's taste?
You know it's
JK, you know it's
himself.
Calvos.
It's Calvos.
It's that makes my hand touch really dirty. Watch it.
He got a sample.
I just imagine it's the scene from like Silence of the Lambs. He just goes, "Bye, Calden."
Oh Jesus!
I'm never gonna watch Call the Lambs now.
Hold on. What is
I never plan to watch it.
Touch. No, wait.
Plexus touch.
Plexus
Kef's
touch.
hearing.
The plexus touch or plexus sight?
Fell is sight. Fell is
Actually
sight.
sight.
She looks good. So
Yes.
fell is sight.
Yeah.
Kefkin is hearing.
Why am I breaking?
What's the 5th sense?
Feel, hear, touch, taste.
Smell?
Smell.
Smell. Oh.
So is
Oh, he
that-
does cars.
What?
The exhaust fumes. He does cars.
I don't
That's
know
his
if
things, right?
connection.
He does cars.
Look, man, I don't know what the fuck you want from me. I'm trying. Calden,
Yeah.
this Calden, not a puzzle solver. One in his head, probably. The one in his head is like screaming the answer, but it's an echo, so it's not, he can't hear anything.
I wonder if he can. You know how they say you can smell a liar?
Yeah, because they sweat like they're in church. So yeah, you would.
I wonder.
them.
I wonder if that
That's
has
a new
to do
phrase
with
I've never heard
anything
before.
with the gambler. He can smell someone's bluff. Could be a reach.
If it's
No emotion. Depending on emotions.
I look
you-
at Malgan and I say, do you have any idea do you know who he lost a bet to? Or I'm sorry, Plex said that. Plex, do you know who he lost a bet to?
Barnes lost a bet?
Oh.
He technically lost the bet to Malgan.
What was the ante?
Thankfully, it was just a safe game. Let's say that.
Bragging rights.
He
He didn't want to bet money because then he'd get mad.
But he lost.
And
in a
I
room
probably would have had
full
to fight
of
him then.
Also, I
He-
don't have any money.
He did lose, though, in a room full of his own people, to where in their eyes he's never lost. That in
Indeed.
itself is a blow to one's ego.
Which is why I think I'm gonna have to fight him. Unfortunately.
Oh, get in there, Tiger. You'll be fine.
If
You
ones
never faced an
cannot-
orc.
I have.
Of course you have.
I fought a couple orcs, Kefkin remarks.
I am genuinely worried.
I'm
that
sorry, I'm talking
some
to
may-
you.
I am genuinely worried that some may not be willing to give their powers after all of the talk. Is there a way to forcefully extract?
I'm more
Don't
so
like
thinking
that
we
term.
might be able to beat some sense into Barnes if he's not willing to listen.
As far as I see it, I don't know exactly how it works, but I feel as if I were to give up the power, a level of consent would be needed from both parties. Someone would want the power, and someone would have to want to give it up.
Lucia, the plane of consent. Make sure you have yeses and nos, ladies and gentlemen. And those of non-specifying genders.
Because remember, consent is required and sexy.
Consent is
Let's go.
sexy, Lucia's sexy, but I love transitive property. This is a W.
Hey.
Hey! I'm not
Uh,
a monster.
Was I the only one that got the ship T-shirt that said "consent is sexy"?
Absolutely.
Probably.
Do you
Any-
remember that? Or
All
was
right.
that before you?
Tangent.
Tangent.
Sorry,
We've gone on a lot of
sorry,
tangents. We need to get back on track.
sorry.
That does raise the question. If we do have to, when we do have to take this, if we do have to take this transfer of power, which one of us would be most suited for each one?
Oh shit.
We need to be able to be comfortable with, if we have to take it upon ourselves, we need to be comfortable with what we're taking. We need to be able to understand how to handle the great amount of power and temptation we are going to take. Thus, we need to take one that will be strong and resilient against each.
Well, you only have Fel and Barnes to worry about, so that's 2 ordeals. I'm already on your side, and so is Kefkin. I don't think we need to worry about Calvos. I don't think he'll be on anyone's side but his own.
Yeah.
I
So-
don't know who could take Barnes's place.
I mean, he might be surprising. You never know.
A certain dog with a good sniffer.
Woof, woof.
Oh god.
Get it right, I'm a wolf.
I regret not well, it'll be obvious once I explain it, once it happens, but like, oh god, in this transitory period where I have to explain how Barnes is related to smell. It's awkward. More awkward than I thought.
Yeah, great. And it's going to be me in that awkward position. Fuck me.
I mean, if you give him a chance.
This is the
Yeah,
part where the
man.
fi-
I
This-
legit walked up to that card game and he saw me. He's
No.
like, hello.
You look like
And
you
no,
could
and
take a
then-
punch or 2 or 3 or 5 or 7 or 12 or 25.
He has
Hey.
not
In the middle
seen
of
me
their
yet.
fight, just the 2 of us. That's
Rule number 1, no making out with the Calden. I don't think that'll be a problem. You haven't seen him yet. Don't say that.
I'm not going to
God.
fuck. I just walk in and I'm just like, I don't know what you guys are all talking about. Oh, why is he giving me those bedroom eyes?
So I guess the question here is, do we go after Barnes first or do we go after Felicia?
Oh, I'm sorry. All I can think about is Dragon Ball Z and Bridge. Just
Uh,
from across the room over in a fight, we just hear an orc screaming, mine, 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 mine.
I still want to split the party.
I want to split the party too.
Jesus
No!
fuck.
Why would
No.
we do this? It's so
Splitting the party.
stupid.
No. You saw what happened when we
You
split the
see
party back in
deceptive
Waterdeep.
Everything was
Smiling
going great.
DM over
Everything-
there about
everything was
splitting
great.
the party.
I'm sorry, actually, I don't see God in his expressions. Stratton thinks this is a great plan.
Here's the problem. We should not split the party for a major reason of we are on a plane
So
with
you
a
don't
vibe that we
listen
can
to
all
the
get lost
DM?
to.
In D&D, I'm sure you probably don't listen to him in real life.
No.
And she suffers in both situations.
We stick together because realistically, I have a feeling that they are strong enough that if we try to take them on by ourselves, we're just gonna get killed. Because
I'm not trying to.
No one dies on Lucia except by old
There
age.
is
Barnes?
there is also the issue now that I think
No
about
one
it.
fights in Lucia.
There
It'll be
is
weird.
there is the idea too that it occurs to me that what is her name, the prissy one,
fell.
Fel.
Belle.
Fell,
She
aka
only
Felicia.
surrounds herself with men.
Yeah, I want to be nowhere near her.
If we there are types. I've met a few individuals that feel threatened in a room with other women.
The Jesus fuck. She wants to throw.
Perhaps you and me and Sipha going up to her throne may seem unbecoming to her.
Or could get you killed.
I'd like to
Mm.
see them try.
Are you? Why? Why are you so murderous right now?
I
We're
am not.
literally trying not to kill anybody.
I am not murderous. I'm just saying I am ready.
To murder.
That's
Not
what I'm
murder.
trying to say.
To defend myself. I won't do the final blow. I'll just hit her real hard in the head with a stick.
Defend myself with a gravity surge.
I look at you and I go, tell me how well that worked against Skylar, the Atonia, Chadwick. I name off
Call
every
them
enemy
point.
you've hit with an arrow and not a stick.
I
all.
think
What-
splitting our power when we don't know what we're up against is not a great idea. I understand trying to take down both in one go is optimal because it moves us faster. But we should be careful. Even Sipha said, if we get caught into this and then removed, we don't know what it's going to do to us.
Listen, when you guys said Felicia only surrounds herself with men, I was like, all right, no splitting the party. I understand. Just leave the women behind. All the men go.
I stand by what I said. I don't want to be near her.
Now you're saying that we should split the party but flip it. Now the three of them go see Barnes and we go see Fell.
Fuck
No. The women
Everybody,
will get-
everybody
that was
is
the joke.
everybody except Plex and Kefkin in this place are non-feminists. They're just like, fuck you, bitches.
Barnes only likes men.
Alicia only likes
doesn't
men.
like women.
Oh my god, this is like a fucking Zimt all over again, except people hate women versus there not being any women.
That's why Farrah and Saran were being stared at on Zimt. It wasn't because they look strange. It's because like, oh my god, what the fuck are those things?
Women.
There's a women allowed in the party.
Wow,
What?
that's a
Yeah.
suspiciously curvaceous dude.
Plex is only
Damn,
allowed
he's
because they don't
thick.
hate them. All right, then we have invitations to go see Mr. Smell
Do we?
more first, don't we? Didn't he invite you all out for another carding?
He described it as he wouldn't mind seeing y'all again.
I look
That
at
may or may not
Plex
have
and
been
I
a
say,
threat.
I look at Plex and I say, how would we get Barnes' attention? I think we should go after him first.
Just strut you down the lane, get you looking all pretty before we go.
I don't like that. Why do you keep suggesting this?
You know,
I ship
spider
I
beetles.
just want you happy, called
When spider beetles are crushed between the fingers, they make an amazing smelling gel. We can just move up your hair a little bit, get a little
And
bit.
where do you suppose we get one of them?
She
You're wearing
looks
magic
inside her
disguise
rings.
pocket.
I'm about to say, Calden's holding a magic disguise ring. He just does it. He's now in a Costanza with like a nice looking shirt. So it's pulled real tight. So he looks even bigger than before.
If only when he touches you, he's gonna.
Are
go
you
fake
talking
again.
like this? Cause no.
And then he just reverts back to dad bod.
No, she like twists your ring again. You get a pompadour. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm now imagining that it's got like 6 different settings on it. I'm like turning it to change hairstyles like a random RPG maker. Hairstyle
Good
4, got it.
Lord.
I think we just go.
I think there
go
now
talk
needs to
Barnes
be
and
I
play it by ear.
I'm about to say I think that there now needs to be an alternate of this set of like femmed up Calden.
Time
Mhm.
Spiral Calden. Wait, that wouldn't work.
No, we don't want to fem you up. We want to like rip your shirt, show your abs, like make you a little sweaty and bloody. That's what's gonna get his attention because he's like a fucking shark. He is practically a loan shark and can smell blood.
He's just sitting with his bodyguards. Oh, but guys, I want to hit it.
Literally.
Why won't you guys let me smash?
At least my players are having fun. Gotta remember that.
Merrick's just like, why am I here? But also, I kind of want to see Calden like that too. I want to see him get punched first.
I think we should just go and play it by ear. I'll say that again.
That is there is always that.
We don't know what he's gonna do when we get there, so just go with an objective and just do everything we can to achieve that objective. So what's our objective?
I remember Clive mentioning something about him doing races. Am I correct, Jasper?
Correct.
So I was like, before we go there, I want to do one thing. Do y'all know how to drive a vehicle?
What's a vehicle?
Take doesn't know. You all just
Actually-
looking at me. I go, got it. Okay, no one.
I'm sure I could figure it out.
Wouldn't Vryn actually have technically vehicles though? Wouldn't they a little bit
Sorta.
more
You have coach
Sorta.
and buggies, I imagine.
like Innistrad, Merrick, oh yeah, hell no, he don't fucking
Does
have
it
like
travel like via like the ley lines? Like, I don't
No,
know.
the majoring networks. They
Yeah,
just
that.
teleport.
Yeah.
It's like, a very fast, railway system on
Yeah.
Varen.
Yeah.
Called in.
Imagine Malkin had a
So
snowboard.
I don't think they have cars.
Wait, what's Vren?
It's the plane
Where
Ferris.
it's my
It's Farrah's
Oh,
home
it's
plane.
your plane. Oh, you have a
It's-
cannon plane. I thought yours was made up too.
no.
Technically, they're all made
my
up.
plane. Well, I have a cannon plane. Yeah, I'm from Jace's plane.
Mine
Yeah,
don't.
basically,
Oh.
the only two who have made up planes are you, Dan, and Bill.
Oh, okay. This actually makes it so much easier.
Sean is from Kaldheim, which is a legitimate plane.
Malkin
I am from
is
Valdheim.
Valdheim.
Semantics. My plane is
And
in
Sean, how's
Innistrad,
Calda?
and Shan's character is from Vrit.
Yeah.
So the only thing Calden wants to do before we go see Barnes, because it sounds like we're just gonna go see him. I stopped by and see Clive because I know that he was working on a vehicle.
I'm gonna challenge Barnes to a snowball fight.
All right,
What
so
if we were to challenge him to a race?
I think that's the idea.
as
I'm
you
gonna go talk to Clive right now.
ascend the platform to leave the room or to
Oh,
leave
shit.
the domain,
Oh,
It's hot and sexy there.
Yeah, because he's tracking you. Remember?
you happen to hear the flipping of a coin as you ascend to the top of this platform,
Uh-oh.
only to realize
Oh.
standing across the room
Wait. Barnes' boys. Okay, I thought that there were like
Barnes.
8
Whoa.
Barnes clones, and I was about to be like, oh,
he's
no.
he's pissed
Oh
that you,
no.
darn it, he's a pissed that you ruined his bragging rights in front of all of his hoes. He probably had 3 guys leave him that night.
he'll love me by the end of the day. If he
Oh.
doesn't, I'm not doing my job right.
Hey Jasper, perception check. How much is he eyeing me?
he seems to be staring daggers at Malgan.
Oh. Shit. Wait, do I see that? I see that he's staring daggers at Malgan.
Yeah.
I put a hand in front of Malgan. Nope.
What do you mean?
Nah.
Not allowed to talk anymore, is that?
No,
No.
it's more so of like Calden's like, this one's mine. Back off.
Oh.
Mhm. Get in line. I want kids.
I care about Malgan. I want to protect him.
I'm gonna
Oh,
put
you're
this
saying
in.
Malgan's yours?
No,
Yeah,
no,
I'm
no.
saying Malgan's mine. Like he's my friend. You want to get to him, you gotta go through me.
Yeet.
As the elevator and everyone locks eyes with Barnes, Plex looks to all of you and says, "We'll talk later," and then turns invisible after pulling up the chaos gem from their pocket.
Wait,
I
I
got
didn't do
you.
that.
I'm still here, just invisible. He can't know I'm here yet if you lose.
Point.
How can we help you?
Straight to business. I respect that. Decided to stick around here after all. Didn't see any of you walk out. Wanted to see exactly what we're working with. Kefkin. Traitor. Yeah, I suppose. Whatever.
Real quick to just be like,
What?
fuck it.
I have some unfinished business with a couple of your acquaintances. I was kind of here to settle them, but now I'm second thinking. Didn't know you'd have the princess with you. Sipha just kind of reacts, shocked.
Do I do it?
Calden would move to in front of everyone.
Oh, I'm right there. Oh yeah, no, I'm right up front with you, dude. Don't worry. Merrick is Merrick's like, nah, you want them?
You want
You're going through both of us.
No, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I am a man of business, first and foremost.
Puts away my spell list.
He's like looking at a book like, okay, what's the...
We don't have to make a mockery of Plex's playhouse. We could settle this right here and now. You, me, and the boys.
Not against that.
Or I'll make you a bet.
Listening.
Clearly you're not here for completely genuine purposes that I've sussed out. Now I'm curious. What do you want with Lucia? Why did you come here? Wasn't have a good time? Because none of you are having a good time. Except for you. And he points at Malgan.
See, he respects him.
No, Malgo was fucking breakdancing last session as well.
Yeah, it was great. I was having a great time as a spider.
I've been having the best time here. That's all I can say.
I think Malgan's the only one who's actually been enjoying his time here. Merrick fucking hates this place.
The vibe hits me, and I'm just like, oh, that's just how I normally feel. All right. I do what I want anyway.
Entire
which
plane
one?
of
I'm going-
hedonists.
I'm
I
going-
I
Sign
do
me
think
up.
Merrick would enjoy Kaldheim if
I'm
he
gonna-
were to go there.
I'm gonna nudge Malgan, and I'm gonna say, "He likes you. Ask what the bet is."
I just
Well.
I motion towards her and I just go, shut
What's the
up.
bet?
Well, he wants to know why you're here first. What are you doing on Lucia?
Oh,
Ah,
Or rather, in the city of Lucia.
Because we believe that Von Kelvos is not doing a genuine service to the people of this plane.
Yeah, I know that. He wouldn't let me get this far ahead if he was doing a service.
so, so
Then why serve him?
I'm not serving him, I'm profiting off of him.
Couldn't you still profit if he wasn't here?
It'd be a hell of a lot harder. And passive income is passive income.
Does it have to be harder, though?
What's your aim, boy?
Realistically, we just want to take down Von Kelvos. Which means none of the other masters need to get hurt or need to perish. We don't want to, honestly. That's the God's honest truth.
Oh, you're here to decrown the king. Oh. You know, what's your name?
Calden.
Oh, Colden. You got some brass on you.
I think this is gold or... Oh, right, yeah. Mhm.
I'll tell you this. You beat me in one of my races, and I'll step right aside through
Fuck.
leading you straight to Kelvos. But if I win, the girlie's coming with me. And me, her, and dear old dad are gonna have a long talk about where she been all these years.
And that just triggers Merrick.
I like grab Merrick by the arm because I
Merrick is
probably
like,
noticed that.
his hands are like, he is like literally
let him
ready
go.
to
Let him
pound.
do things.
No, because the problem is if he does things, then I have to do things, and I don't feel like doing anything right now.
And you don't want to do things.
I want to do things.
Merrick lurches, and then Barnes kind of like grins like a, come on, do it!
Both of you down!
I think you should let them go.
Let them
No.
Let me at him.
Realistically, you're challenging us
Sarah's
to a
just
race.
shaking her head.
Realistically, you're challenging us to a race, but who says you'll hold up your end of the deal?
I am a man of my word. Otherwise, your friend Malgan here would be sitting somewhere about good 300 feet under the ocean.
Oh, good. You'd be with him if that happened.
You really, yeah. I'm like,
You guys think that you could put me under the ocean in the first place?
You sure? We just toss you.
I mean, he's not wrong.
doesn't
That
mean
would
like-
work.
Merrick just looks at Calden now like, punch him now.
No.
So what is it? He starts stepping forward with a less than hostile swagger.
Sipha, Your call.
We can't afford to lose. I'm not ready to see him yet. Especially not on those terms. Do you think you can, like, beat him in a race?
I know how to drive a vehicle.
I mean, maybe
the
Clive
most-
can, but, like...
Yeah,
I've
but
heard-
he said I'd have to do it.
How many folks beat him in a race? Not a lot.
Nobody.
Big fat 0. Because
What are you racing
out
with?
of character. Something-
Reverse challenge.
He pauses.
We do this in 2 rounds. You're home to this plane. You know how to drive these vehicles. I don't. You give me 24 hours to learn, and we settle this in 2 rounds. If you win both rounds, we'll give it to you. First round, the race. Second round, a duel.
He goes to reach in his pocket and he lights another one of his cigars, takes a deep inhale of it, and exhales this thick cloud of smoke.
Yeah. He's got a big old schnoz, doesn't he?
I am going to enjoy grinding your face into the asphalt after we're done. I'll miss it, though. That smug look of yours. Almost. Deal!
Why did you challenge him to a duel? I was just gonna have a drink off with the guy.
Because, well, first off, I don't even know if you'd win the drink off. You could drink probably more than him, but faster than him would be the question. Realistically,
About speed.
realistically, Calden only needs to win 1 round. I told his side of the bet was he has to win both rounds. So if I can beat him in the race, I don't even need to fight him.
So if he beats you twice, you're fucked.
Yeah, he has to beat me twice.
No killing on either side.
Can't kill you if I wanted to. You just get up after a few hours.
Wait, what?
People can't die here. They were being literal.
Oh, wow.
My brain just blew up, you guys.
Barnes turns to leave, and like a unit, a wall of stone, the boys behind him also begin to
Why
walk
did I
out of the
do
room.
this? Why did I do that? I did the same fucking thing with Skylar, and that also didn't pay off. Why?
You should have
Why
just
am
let
I
me
this
punch
way?
him.
I could have had a storytelling competition with him.
We
A
could have had,
karaoke contest.
we could have had Fight Club right
There we
here
go.
and just beat their asses.
A dance off.
Literally,
Rock,
when he
paper, scissors.
literally went toward, he mentioned Sipha and like what he's
Cat
like.
contest.
Merrick's eyes went from his normal solid black to his wolf eyes in the middle. Like he was ready to give me.
Okay. When he asks the terms
Who's
of the duel,
hairiest contest?
when he asks the terms of the him, easy, he wins. Yeah. Also, Merrick just goes,
What?
hold on. I wasn't trying. Turns into a wolf. All right, judge now. When he asks for the terms of the duel, I'm gonna say that it's a 5-on-5. So that this way I'm not fighting it by myself.
Bet.
Are you not gonna fight alongside Calden?
I mean, I would. Yeah.
Calden, as you, like, you know, exhale this like, deep
Oh,
breath
Lord.
after, like, admitting that challenge and trying to keep this bluster about you, bluster or not, Kevkin taps you on the shoulder and says, you have 24 hours to learn how to drive one of those death machines. Are you
Oh my
sure
God.
about this?
Yeah, I got this. I think.
You could have saved us the
Well,
trouble.
that
I could have just decked
confidence.
them.
I look at Sipha and I go, I need Clive now.
Yeah, okay, yeah, we'll get Clive. He knows what to do. He's only been training this for his entire, well, free life. Yes, this is going to go exactly as planned. That's a lot more.
I wish I was shitting. Calden is proficient in land vehicles.
Fucking Christ.
Calden
sorry,
is
what?
legitimately proficient in vehicles. I actually know how to drive.
He's actually talked about knowing how to drive boats in the past. In
We cool to
previous
take.
episodes.
We cool to take like a 10-minute.
Yeah,
I think that
I
makes
say
sense.
we'll take a 10-minute.
I stand by what I said. You should have let me freaking punch him.
yeah.
awful.
I guess
Merrick
we-
was literally ready to pounce.
break time indeed. I'm just sitting here
Okay.
setting up models
got
for this
this.
part of the counter. Yeah, 10-minute break. We'll see all of you back here.
So I
in
found
a
out
few.
something about myself, that when somebody challenges me into a fantasy game where there's no 100% real stakes, I become very fight or flight response kicks in, and I choose fight apparently.
Yes, you do.
Because the last time this happened with Skylar, I chose to join his crew.
You character flaw.
And as the saying goes, those who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat.
All right, we'll see all of y'all back
If
here.
I remember what happened in that fight, I won, bitch. He's dead and I'm not. Actually, I wore his armor for a long time.
All right, we'll see all y'all back here in 10 minutes. Bye-bye.
Hey there, it's Will. I hope you are enjoying the episode. If you are, leave a comment, and subscribe so you don't miss any of our other content. You can find us anywhere you listen to podcasts, YouTube, and Twitch. Now, back to the episode.
And we're back. No, not you're back, Sean.
We're back, but Jasper isn't talking. Hello, everybody.
What?
Did you enjoy your break? We
You
enjoyed
know,
our break.
The people on
Thank
the
you for being
stream
here.
can hear me. That's the important part.
No, I think it's actually as equally important for us to hear you.
No. Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, we're about to be in a fucking death race.
You are.
So,
Kind of sounds like death machine means needing more than one.
so as we return,
Death machine?
Death Machine,
You do need more than one death.
you make your way back to the hideout, accompanied by a single traitorous Kafkin. And as soon as you get through that door, and the facade that Sipha was keeping up kind of starts to fall away, and she is
Panicking.
a little shaken, not like openly panicking yet, but it's kind of like she's got like shake off a rigor.
We're not gonna let him take you. Don't worry.
I know I was kind of towards the back with Sipha a little bit. I'm going to grasp her hand, like not like in a motion, but I just like pull her hand and I lean in and I whisper very quietly as we're walking. Whether we win or lose, that bastard is not taking you away from us.
Yeah.
Look at the Sipha. I'm not leaving you. I will kill him with my bare hands if I have to. You're safe with us, dear, and I'm going to keep walking.
Calden, as he's walking back, does look a little like he looks like he's regretting something. He goes, "I'm sorry."
Why did we say that? I don't know. It was the first thing that came to mind.
Hey, Calden. No, actually, Calden just goes,
Why do I always jump the gun like that?
You're too prideful.
I don't even know if it's that.
You seriously should have just let me punch him.
I don't know. Something seemed off. He was too ready.
Yeah, and so was I.
Ritual combat is the only way.
That's why I wanted a duel. When he asks for the terms of the duel, it's going to be 5v5 if I lose the race.
You're not allowed to bring pocket sand to a duel.
I don't need pocket sand.
You might just hit your
Plus,
back with pocket sand.
Plus, I might have a crazy ass idea. It involves this.
and I like show the paradox. Also, Jasper, I start going through my memory banks. Has a version of me ever lived here on Lucia?
Not that you can recall. It reminds you of it. You wonder that for a moment, then you remember that Sipha said it has a way of annihilating the soul. the vibe in a way. As soon as you make your way into the safe house, Kefkin kind of like looks around with a sort of "damn bitch, you live like this" sort of look.
Wow!
It is kind of a dump.
It'll do.
Clive.
Clive slides from under the truck. Oi!
I have to learn to drive one of these things in 24 hours. Please help.
He like
I'm going up against Barnes.
he drops the tire iron he was holding.
Just the, yeah, I can teach it.
He
You did
stands
what?
up. First things first. You're not racing him to the death. Grabs you by the shoulder. We are.
Am I? Wait, I'm gonna be working with Clive. Ooh.
I've been waiting to get my licks in on that son of a bitch for a couple of years after what he did to me and my crew.
Oh, this is personal. Okay.
I'm happy to have your help. I know how to drive vehicles. Ain't that help at all?
I don't know. How are you with a trebuchet mounted gimbal?
I've worked a trebuchet. I don't know what the fuck a gimbal is.
It's like an oscillating motor that lets you rotate it around an axis while keeping stable
Oh!
to modify the stabilization of the vehicle.
Oh my god, this isn't a race. This is a fight with cars.
We're just playing World of Tanks.
Oh my god.
Today's sponsor. No, kidding.
Oh my god, we need to cut the fight here. Get a sponsor from Tank
Listen.
somewhere in the sponsor page and then go.
Listen, imagine that's how we, if we ever get sponsored, it's just like in the middle of a session to a fucking random ass sponsor read.
Oh my god.
Don't worry, folks. It would always be during a break. We're not that much of idiots. But also,
It's like,
sponsor
you
us.
know, it's like, you know, you're just sitting there, just like, all right, guys, now we've sieged the keep, now it's time to begin the raid. Speaking of
Raid
raids,
Shadow Legends.
we know you like Dungeons and
Fight like
Dragons so
our
much, we know you'll
party.
definitely enjoy raid. My favorite character is Malir.
I hate it. Please stop.
Oh no.
And if you act
stop.
now and enter in the code MTG, you can get the MTG crew for free.
Please stop.
Stop it now.
Otherwise,
We are
hold
not
on.
mocking.
Let-
Oh, we are not mocking those things.
Raid Shadow
Right.
Legends is what I've seen, admittedly, a kind of a fun game.
As penance for this, I'm going to mock you for misspelling chromatic lantern in the channel points redemption.
Did I?
Wait, what?
Chromatic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cormac.
Man,
Payback.
look who's ignoring the little
Payback
red
for the
squiggle.
nonsense you just did.
It's how worthless of a card I think it is.
Yo.
You know, Lord bother
Amazing
learn how to
card.
spell.
I mean, he's right. He's out of pocket, but he's right.
Regardless.
Anyway, hot
Oh.
takes aside.
How many people do we need to crew this thing?
Enough. How many willing to risk life and a few limbs?
Don't even look at me.
I have
No.
many spells that can alter the battlefield and ourselves.
Okay, I need a quick rundown of the rules here. Then.
Basically, once the flag goes down, we race down the track. First one to cross the finish line, or be the last one on the track, with 4 wheels, so to speak, is declared the victor. So you got many strategies to do that. Some people build for speed, idiots. Some people build for defense, and some people build like me. Weapon on wheels.
Okay. All right. Because I want it to be clear that if we lose, I have to fight him. I'm sorry. We have to fight him.
Oh,
Don't think
yeah.
the 4 of you getting out of this any easier.
Even better.
I want to fight him right then and there.
All right. Basically, I assume. So basically, I ask how many members can be in a crew.
Well, let's see. He goes back over to his vehicle. Might be a few handlebar positions, but if all of you are in, we could probably seat you. You might be outside the vehicle, but, on the vehicle. So about...
What is the rule about attacking other people's cars from inside their cars?
Oh, fuck them.
I turn around and I go, well, looks like the 4 of you were actually involved in the first round, too.
Any rules on magic?
Well, Barnes doesn't have any magic, and, I'm actually not sure if he has any rules against it. Never seen it, go off. Although the cars are quasi-empowered by a sort of, magic.
No
What if
rules against it means it's allowed.
What of the
That's-
battlefield?
It's a racetrack. About...
Same thing with this kind of sense. Do they usually lay traps within? Is it just a straight, fair road?
Listen, the only attacks are going to be coming from the other races. We'll have more than enough to worry about them. Track's got a few twists and turns. It's about 8 miles.
Is there any illegalities?
Do you guys come from planes that have safe races? I'm getting that sort of sense.
Yes. Yes, Toxic has safe races.
Lamos.
We don't race.
What's the fun? Just trying to get the line first.
We have races
On my
on...
planes, people can die.
We have races on Pegasus. Says.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
What's a Pegasus?
It's a horse with wings.
Oh, really?
What's a horse?
It's an equine-like animal.
Do you have any farm animals here?
The fuck's a farm? Yeah, thank God. I don't need my extra showing up.
I mean, farm animals. Yeah, sure, there are a few of them, but I've never heard of one called a horse. That's my knowledge.
So, like, what farm animals are here? Like,
Oh, the tasty ones.
oh, so it's like a non-eatable cow that a person can ride on.
Why would
You
you
can eat
want
a
to not eat a cow? They're delicious.
You could eat a horse.
Well, you can eat a horse. It's just more frowned upon in most places.
Also, horse meat is not very tender. It's very stringy, very tough, and they are much better as transportation creatures. They are way faster.
than eating. Yeah,
They have better uses.
it's a faster cow.
I can see why we don't have them here. They're not very tasty.
Let's get back to the fact that we're in a death race!
Right.
Wait. What do you make glue out of?
Is glue like a kind of screw?
There is no
No,
screw on.
it's-
There's no glue on this plane. It's all screws and staples. This place is a death machine.
Glue is a sticky liquid that you can.
It's an adhesive.
put
How
two
did we
pieces
immediately go into
together.
another tangent?
Okay, enough. Circle back.
I'm gonna go make a bird.
Okay. We got
Wait, so you guys don't have post-it notes?
Man, the prank channels have nothing.
today's sponsor. Post it.
Oh,
Post-it
stop.
note.
We are not sponsored by anybody at this current point in time.
If
In
you'd
game,
like to sponsor us,
please.
Don't know the fuck why you
Please,
would, but
we're all hungry.
I feel like we're gonna
Okay.
get. They
Okay,
might start
we're gonna-
charging us.
okay, we're gonna loop. Yeah, they're like, stop talking about us. We're gonna loop back to this. Calden needs the explanation of the rules of the death race. Okay, I'm sorry. So we gotta explain the rules of the death race. Calden needs to learn how to drive this thing.
So Clive opens up the hatch and gestures for you to take a seat.
I sit down.
It's not the most comfortable thing in the world. It's serviceable, like, as much as a steel-framed chair can be. You're surrounded by a royal cage, a couple of levers and pulleys, but a wheel. Or it's more like a yoke, honestly.
Oh, okay.
And at your feet are these few platforms that seem to be situated so that you could press on them.
Okay. So Calden learns how to drive a car in less than 24 hours.
What the fuck's a learner's permit?
So then what position would you normally do? I asked Clive.
Well, you seem so interested in driving, I'm usually the one who drives. But let's just say I've been eyeing this beaut, and he jumps up top to where he's got a top-mounted, what looks like a harpoon. Been polishing for an opportunity like this. Had a feeling you might say something stupid to him, end up in a race. I was ready. I was ready for this.
In all fairness, he challenged me to the race. I just added on a duel in case I lost the race.
And I'm pretty sure it's my fault.
I was ready to lose twice. So, you see that pedal by your foot, the one on the right?
Yeah, I assume this is the gas pedal. There we go.
And you'll notice that the one in the middle is a bit wider.
That the brake, at the stop.
Yes, it only works most of the time.
I.e., if I want to brake, I need to brake it.
Yeah.
Okay, what's this third one?
That one is for the caltrops.
I'm sorry, the what?
Little spiky things that you fall out the back of the
Oh
truck.
no,
and-
I was just making sure I heard caltrops right.
Yeah, why?
Okay.
You get one real
Nothing.
big shot about it. So make sure you choose your moment.
Got it. Okay. All right.
I like go out to a track with him and like learn to drive. The rest of you are with me, hanging on for dear life as Calden learns to drive this thing.
Well, I mean, what would everyone like to spend their long rest doing? Well, Calden learns to drive. Everyone knows how to operate up.
So,
Gun?
okay. So how many seats are in the... Can it fit all of us?
So,
because I want to be
internal-
inside firing off stuff.
Internally, there are 3 seats, which seem to be places where one could control a series of like turrets or maybe like other ranged weapons. On the outside, you'll see that there are platforms where a person could stand, and if they could either be belted in or just hang on to the side of it. But that offers little defense. On top where Clive is standing, there seems to be a sort of turret with a spiked bit at the end, connected to it seems to be a wheel of rope.
Okay.
So it looks like it's seat 4 comfortably, 6 dangerously.
What if we took 2 cars?
We'd have to steal another one.
So 1 car it is.
What does 6 dangerously mean?
So 2 people would be exposed to the elements.
What are you saying, Darna?
Why steal it? Just go
I want
Batman.
to steal.
Find
Oh, yeah, just
something.
walk up to the death car dealership and be like, hey, can we just drive this off the lot?
Doesn't Sipha come from money? Sipha, can Sipha, can you pull a favor or influence and get us a car?
Well, you see why Barnes shouldn't know who I am. I've been gone for about 400 years. I don't know how the hell he knows who I am. No one should. If I had any influence, it died when Zorsha did.
I have theories.
Is there any chance
I'm
he's
here for
not?
stealing another car.
I have theories, but
I'm here for stealing another car because
No. But
If she
remember
does
something-
have access to
don't-
Daddy's credit card, that one's frozen.
I'll say this: 6 dangerously means that we could do this. I'm just throwing out a plan here. So up top where the turret is would be Clive, who is operating the harpoon gun, and I think Seren and Malkin. You two have got ranged magic, so you could do things. I think on the holds of everything should be Farah and Merrick. But when the race begins, Farah goes invisible. This way, they cannot see her. And so if they come close, she gets a sneak attack and a surprise. Because I have a feeling the harpoon guns...
These are going to be metal cars clashing against each other. These are artillery weapons. If one of you guys get blasted on the outside with an artillery weapon, you guys might fly off the car going 1,000 miles an hour.
Oh, trust me, if Barter's car gets close enough to where Merrick can jump onto his and start fucking up the people in that car, he will.
Muted. You're muted.
That's how we get the second car.
Dude, my mic's unmuted.
We get the second car mid-race.
Yes, no, genuinely, we get the second car mid-race, and then we have two, and we'll take them out. Because as long we didn't say how many of us were going to be the drivers.
Wait, did none of y'all hear what I said?
No, we heard.
No. What'd you say?
Someone said I was muted.
Oh no, we were talking about Danny.
No, I was talking about Danny. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure if we take his car, we win.
Yeah.
Well, no, there's multiple racers, right? Or is it just us two?
We have no idea.
So far, you know that there are at least two vehicles on the
There's
track.
at least two, us and him.
Does Clyde know if these are usually multi-person races? Like when is it like a one-person, like what? Like how does it go?
Usually, there are as many people as are able to get full crews. Sometimes it's 1v1 if it's a big enough owner, and
which means this is probably 1v1.
So you might get lucky. You might have a few outside influences.
Ne'er-do-wells.
Other races who, well, if they win, we get nothing.
They win.
Well,
we
actually,
lose, and he'll take advantage.
We said that he needs to beat us. So if he doesn't beat us, i.e. we both don't come in first,
second.
That's a loss for him.
What's to stop him from just attacking you then?
Bring it. At that point, all of us are there. We could just fight him.
Merrick just shakes it out like, we could have just done it there in the first place.
We didn't want to get blood on the floor.
Oh, fuck that. I don't care. Asshole decided to threaten you and decided to threaten Sipha.
It's okay. I didn't take the threat seriously.
You may not have. I did.
Does Calden at least become proficient with this thing in a couple hours? Because driving should be
You're
a
proficient
little
in
issue.
land vehicles, and this is just basically like a really like heavy.
It's a scrappy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over the duration of the long rest, you learn how to drive well. No, I mean, you're not going to be facing up against the Stig anytime soon, but you know how to go, you know how to stop, you know how to turn. That's the important thing, and you know how to use the caltrops.
How would I put proficiency of land tool then? Land vehicle, sorry. What attribute is it?
You already have it. What?
So my attribute is listed as a strength. It's listed as a query, so I have to list what the attribute for land vehicle proficiency is.
Dexterity.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, it'll be fun.
Oh, shit.
Did I talk to Clive about how these things are moving?
He jumps off of it, and he reaches to the other halt, and then he gets through several more blast shields. And you see inside of it is this sort of like a crystalline structure.
Something I can roll Arcana for?
Certainly. As it kind of emanates this sort of pulsing energy. And then after you roll, Clive will fill in the blanks. Unless you immediately fucking get this.
Can I assist him with that?
Mm-hmm.
I would say make your rolls separately.
Oh, okay.
What,
Sorry,
you
I
don't
was
want me to
trying.
have a +8 on a better roll? Is that what you're afraid of?
Yeah.
I want to help him. I want
You're-
him to roll.
You're gonna laugh.
I'm actually technically already being helped by Clive.
Oh, that's valid.
He lowers the DC. Nice.
I only get it slightly better.
So as you
No,
look at
no,
this,
it's not
this
better.
pulsating,
Can Calden take an Arcana check?
Just, well, hold
Calden's magical
hold
now.
on.
You said I failed.
Okay. That's true.
So, as you look at this sort of gemstone, this very inlaid piece, seems to have a bunch of wires hanging off it, going to various places in the vehicle. It emanates a sort of pink reddish light, the same color of light that you saw in Kefkin's eyes when you encountered him here. Clive begins to explain. The vehicle basically runs on the energy of the world around us. Some of these crystals were found during the site of the first beginnings of the vibe. The earth under it was turned into this sort of energized gemstone. It's used for all sorts of things. Elevators, music systems, vehicles. I guess you could say the car runs on vibes.
Okay. Alright. That's really cool.
Plan C. To make sure his car doesn't work, we go and we kill Sipha's father first, and all the cars will power out and we won't be able to race.
They
them.
might have to discover gasoline.
Slightly out of order.
America, when they find out Lucia has oil.
Oh, say, can you?
Oh, good lord.
Okay.
This might be a
So
mistake in the making.
basically, for the long rest, can Calden use the paradox to give himself any kind of bonus in the proficiency with land vehicles?
The feature in the paradox allows you to gain proficiency
Okay.
in certain roles. Although
Yeah,
I don't
believe
it
that is the
stacks.
case. Where's magic items? Yeah, there it is.
Who made the weapons on it?
It seems that Clive did.
Ah. How's his craftsmanship?
So imagine if you were to build a machine part by part. None of it seems to be matched up with each other. It seems to be from different makes, manufacturers, tints, colors.
Okay.
You're wondering how the hell this thing hasn't galvanized all over yet.
Do I think I can improve the quality at all?
Not in a night.
Not in a night. Fair enough. If only someone gave us a week.
Look, he wasn't gonna wait a week. Let's be realistic.
Why not? It's not like time matters.
So, while Calden is working with Clive to learn how to operate this vehicle during a long rest, would anyone else like to get anything done?
Yeah, I reread the Paradox Perfected. This thing's fucking busted.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask my axe if it's ready.
It seems ready.
Damn. It's worth a shot. Must have been a phenomenon.
Can I get a rest during this too?
Oh.
Can we all actually get a rest?
You have 24 hours. You can use most of it to rest. Well, at least 8 of it to rest.
Okay, cool.
Now walk in there with a level of exhaustion. See how you do.
No, I'll pass.
Disadvantage on all skill checks? Oh, awesome! Awesome!
Seren's gonna be sitting there, Doctor Stranging it with a bunch of crystals floating around her as she starts picking out the perfect spells to make this guy's life a living hell tomorrow.
Calden is also looking for spells.
Seren's sitting there meditating on divining the spirits on how to screw this guy.
You guys know druids apparently know a lot of things that have to fuck with the land. I'm gonna ruin his life.
Oh my
And
god.
also bring back a spell that will be useful this time. It will be.
I swear to God.
I mean, so you say.
I'm gonna fuck everybody over. I'm so excited.
The fucking gravity spell again.
Oh my god.
Mate.
I can see it now. Oh, that's gonna be cool. Maybe. Maybe.
Hey, so you guys know,
You're muted.
I don't know if I should make this joke. It's kind of dark, but also we all hate millionaires or billionaires.
No,
No,
let's not go there.
no,
Let's not go there.
no,
Do not go
no.
there.
I've
No.
heard enough. But tell me later.
We can joke about. We can say stuff about like off stream with that. Like no.
Anyway. Switch these guys. With a 20.
Yeah, Calder's ready.
With a 22 perception, during your spellcrafting, Seren, you happen to notice that Kefkin and Sipha, for the most of the night, have just been kind of... They seem to be conversating over things. It doesn't seem to be a... It seems to be a... I want to say tender conversation.
So I can read lips.
God
And
damn it.
my and also my passive perception is
24?
A lot.
24.
Yeah. Look, it would have passed on a 22. You're fine.
It would have passed on a 15. This room isn't exactly large.
I'm just, while she's doing her spell, she's going to be listening in. Yeah. Well, yeah, because her eyes glow. Her eyes are like, so I cannily made Seren, her eyes, mostly her iris is fucking huge. So it's kind of like a dog. You never really see exactly where exactly they're going unless they really give you the side eye. Bombastic side eye. So her eyes are just glowing. She's doing her thing and she's like,
Basically, Sipha goes on to say during the conversation, listen, I just wanted to apologize for getting you wrapped up in all this. It's not your place to save every plane in the multiverse. And I thought bringing you here would, help us focus. But then I had to go stupid and get lost in a plane where time doesn't make sense and there were like 40 Caldens or something. There were what? 40 of them? Why? I mean, not like 40, but like there was like a the evil one, and there was his family was there, and I guess like I didn't. Oh my god, I never learned their names. It's not the point. I just wanted to say I'm sorry for abandoning you. Really. You think I mind? I honestly needed the break. I mean, sure, was it against my will? Maybe. Is your father less than, is he persuasive? Yes, did I maybe jump into a position to maybe relax a bit too early? Possibly, but you've seen him. He doesn't take no for an answer. He can't take no for an answer. And I should be better than that. I need to be better than that. And after all this, we're gonna find out exactly what's in that head of yours and see if we can get it out. Oh, right, yeah. So apparently, hear this. And then she leans in to like whisper something. And you all hear from the anywhere in the room. What?
Saran quickly was like, oh. Ugh.
He immediately notices you kind of eyeing this conversation. He just kind of like looks back to Sipha. Looks back to you. And then he begins to approach. Tell me
dear.
everything. I know I wasn't gone for too long, but this is Planeswalker involved now.
Oh, she filled him in on that.
I don't know, Kefkin. Are you going to apologize for me? For your very rude behavior. It really hurt my feelings, you know?
Yes, I'm sorry. I wasn't in the right headspace. Like, can you blame me? But, Monsieur, you were gone for weeks. I was enjoying myself, maybe more than I should have. And be ripped out of it so selfishly, I did not take it well.
You are forgiven, friend. What do you want to know?
Everything. Tell me everything about this.
The thing is, I don't know more beyond myself. I don't. It was a recent revelation of him being a planeswalker.
Yeah, yes, I did catch that. What I'm getting at is, I've been doing some independent work of my own ever since Sipha found that skull on Tulash. Things like these, they aren't recent. They keep showing up places across the multiverse. Events that match the description of the Atonia, passing through stories all over the place. There isn't just 2 of these things, there are several, at least. And somehow, the people I run into on a desert town with an angel sheriff happen to be the center of it. What I'm saying is, I know quite a lot about these dark artifacts, but I don't know what's at the center of them. Why are they? Why do they exist? For what reason? Other than to spread malfeasance through the multiverse. Allegedly, Ozin.
Ozin
Who?
is the name of the planeswalker that you speak of. It is pieces of him that are scattered across the multiverse.
Kefkin's gonna make a history check.
Oh, something tells me he rolled well.
He's a lore wizard.
Where have I heard that name before? Why have I heard that name before?
He was. I don't know this part actually. Do I? You know. Do I know about him being friends with Sarah? I think we do know that, right?
Yes.
I'm going to look to Merrick. I'm going to bid him over.
Merrick,
right.
a word.
Merrick's just sitting writing in his book, passing the time with like looks up like, oh, I think I know what this is about. Coming.
So, Merrick, you've been called over.
Indeed.
Merrick also has a piece of this, as you've probably heard.
I've heard.
We have the heart and we have the mind.
The Atonia, then. That's what it is.
From what we know, yes.
A long time ago, There was a planeswalker named Ozin. Much of his history is hidden from us, but we do know that he was close friends with Sarah at one point. Close enough to when she passed on, she entrusted him with her spark.
I'm sorry? What?
A stealer of sparks he is. I'm not sure what he does with all of them, but he can transfer them.
Interesting. I don't think I've heard of any documented cases of him doing that back during, well, the invasion.
Upon taking this spark, he left with it. And also another precious cargo from Sarah herself. Her lost son.
And then?
He went, and they created their own world for them to thrive and live on in peace. And he passed the spark from Sarah onto her son, effectively creating an artificial planeswalker.
That explains a few things.
A war broke out many years later between the two. When Sarah's son cast him from Amirius, he was gone for a long time to lick his wounds. And when he emerged, he was cold, no longer seeming to care about the people that he raised, no longer caring about the land that he and his son put together. He came back, hollow, a true monster, and completely sealed both of them away forever. I have theories that there's a reason why, even if he wanted it, no matter how much the people pleaded for him to be gentle with their place, they could not find a hint of sympathy or care in his eyes. He was not the same kind ruler as he was before. And I think that this has something to do with that.
From what I've read, the apocrypha of a distant, cold planeswalker, if there is one and the same, states that he was not involved in the invasion, or like a spectator for a bit of it. When the Phyrexians invaded Dominaria, I heard passing tale of him, well, his silhouette on the horizon, almost as if he wanted to intervene, or maybe he was just there to watch. Why, if he is as powerful as you say, a plane crafter, why didn't he help? He could have stopped everything that had happened. Maybe Zalfir would still be here if he had interfered early enough.
I'm not sure of the time of events. He has been gone, kept in place for millennia.
And so what do we mean to do about it? Well, rather, what do you intend to do about it? You know where your home plane is, isn't it? How come you haven't taken this knowledge and changed things?
She's trying to go home. she can't.
Of course, it's a ban. Except that
Nope.
he's locked in from the outside.
If I were to release him, it will also release his son. And they will lay wake upon my world. It has been entrusted to me and my people to make sure that no matter the consequences, they are never to escape their prison.
If that's true, how did you get out? If it stops planeswalkers from getting in, what's to stop anyone from getting out? A ban cuts a plane fundamentally off from the blind eternities.
My only theory is that we are of his spark. All of us. We get it engraved, most of us get it engraved into ourselves at an age. Some of us are born with it within us. Perhaps it works one way. Others can't get in, but others can get out. I truly do not know. As far as I've known, we've never had anyone who's naturally sparked on Amirius before.
Until now.
Till now.
Well, let's handle the death race and Lucia, and then we can all try to figure something else. It should be addressed. I don't need any dark planeswalkers like him escaping. We don't need that. And his son's as terrible as he says, even worse. Especially if that heart is as dangerous as I think it is.
You want to fill me in on something?
I'd been investigating the Atonia for a time before you all met me. And it is definitely a malefic force. You seem to, for some reason, keep it contained, surprisingly.
When I can, yes.
What do you mean, well, you can? Is it leak? Or are there some thoughts that aren't your own?
Both.
What are they like?
Mainly just whispers of the beast essentially just trying to gain control of me. But I don't know if it's just too weak, if it's my abilities keeping it at bay. I don't know what. But there have unfortunately been instances where it has essentially broken free. Those instances are if I were to be knocked unconscious against my, essentially against my will.
Like a fight response to trauma.
Exactly. There are a few blows I've taken recently that legitimately should have killed me. And all I have is another scar.
It can't be good in the long term. Was to say that one time it happens and you don't regain control, and then we have it again, the Atonia on a different plane, proliferating.
Believe me when I say this. While I did make the choice to take this creature's power for my own, I want this thing gone.
The question is, how do we remove it?
Without killing me? I wish I could tell you.
Things to
And
think
even
about.
even then, if you
Can I
kill
do an
me,
Arcana check?
you can
I
certainly
will
try.
allow you to roll.
I see Jasper's face. I'm like, you can certainly try.
One day. Maybe.
One day this will watch all of a sudden crit. Boom.
What's the Arcana check for?
To see there's a way to get the Atonia's heart out from me without killing me. Like, I have a +5 in Arcana. It doesn't matter if Seren or myself take a roll with this. We both, like, it's going to be difficult either way. This Atonia is becoming much more of a headache than it needed to be.
Oh, Jasper, I'm just going to continue to study the engine, by the way.
Certainly.
Try and learn more about it. The depths of it.
With an 18, it's hard to discern anything about such an esoteric artifact, especially one that you don't have imbibed within your own body. You know it is of the same being as your god. But that's where the similarities stop. How it relates, what it does, and how to even get it out, or difficult things to even conceive. You've never tried splitting a soul. You've not known anyone who's capable. But if this thing could be removed...
Would I even live?
And would it go willingly without a fight?
Oh, I doubt it will go without a fight. That thing's like, I got a body again. No!
Eddie.
Okay, Venom.
So, of course, you've got stake in this. Merrick's got concern, and Sipha's got concern.
Merrick's absolutely got stake in this because, like, motherfucker, it's either we remove this thing from him or I keep it with me.
What about...
Shut up.
What about the other three? I mean, they're your friends, but this doesn't seem like the safest advent for friendship to survive.
He ain't going anywhere without me. Neither of them are.
Noble.
I'm not up to fucking around with the pedals again.
My time is their time. It's the only reason I'm still here.
Malgan? Farah?
What exactly are you asking?
What stake have you got in this Ozen matter?
Well,
On top of that, he's met all 5 avatars, and I don't know why. He's met all 5 avatars of my plane.
He's definitely old enough.
But Kefkin does bring up a point. Farah, Malgan, you have a choice here.
You don't have to follow us into what might be a hellscape where a sun god runs rampant and a moon god could rip the spark out of your body.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of that.
Well, I've backed up my friends for this long. What makes this time any different?
Increased risk, increased danger. I know not all planeswalkers are heroes, so this must be some sort of choice you're making. Maybe that bravery or foolishness.
Maybe both.
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 for me, I'm at a point in which taking adventures is allowing me to learn faster than I ever have before. Learn more things, see more places, and these people are not short of adventures, sure. Plus, I've grown to like them, and I'm always game to help a friend.
Yes.
I also don't want to go home yet.
Why's that? What planet are you from again?
Vren.
Something keeping you from there?
Yes and no.
Kefkin puts up a finger and then turns, summoning this journal from the ether. Vryn. It's like something is laughing at us from beyond.
Hmm? What do you
It's vague. Rumor, hearsay. But there are a couple of older stories on Vryn. That, I suppose, looking at it through this lens now, allude to the descriptions line up close enough. What are the chances? Too close, too close. You happen
What
to
do you got, Kefkin?
Farah, you don't happen to recall sort of artifacts like Marek's heart or the mind on your home plane, do you? Any sort of allusions to it? Anyone who might have it?
There's not artifacts, but there's these big rings that generate mana.
No, these would be smaller, more handheld, something that could be held on a person. Like a weapon? Tool?
Not that I know of.
Something for later, then. Maybe.
Could she perhaps roll a history check?
Give me an intelligence check.
Oh, jeez. I'm not good at those.
Well, it's more so just this is probably more of a memory check for you, like, just to see if you recall anything.
Nat 20.
In combat.
Could happen.
Not anymore.
Hold on.
I almost went for a minute. It was. No, 12 is not bad though.
12
You were a police officer.
What's your modifier?
plus 2.
So she rolled a
Kevkin
10.
says he rolled a 15.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay. Well,
No, there you go.
Wait, so 15 plus 2, so 17?
Correct.
Oh. Oh, there you go.
Well,
He's a divination wizard, so he gave you a 15.
Right. Div wizards.
I mean, I have
So
a.
bad.
I mean, I
Thinking
have a
back,
plus 10 in investigation. I don't know if that would help.
No. So this is again. This was just a common knowledge, like kind of
Yeah.
memory check for Farah.
with a 15 plus 17 total, combined with the musings and whisperings of Kefkin as he goes into this droning sort of self-reflection, and thinking about the nature of Sipha and Marek's artifacts, you do recall one detail.
Hmm.
Captain Larry was always
Oh, mate.
was
Oh shit!
always
Oh no!
careful not to show his upper back.
Oh, he's got his spine. Oh, this is gonna fucking suck.
Mate.
Wait.
Oh
what?
no! Larry's got one of the artifacts.
Yep. So Shannon, your big bad in your story arc has an artifact just like I do and Sipha.
Of the Atonia?
Well, not the Atonia.
No, of Ozen.
Of Ozen.
Oh, Jesus.
Who knows?
Kind of what?
Every artifact could have an Atonia piece.
True, we don't know.
The Atonia smoke mech. Oh god, do not combine them into one
Oh
person.
my god, that means he was the one who wasn't there during the dream sequence for Marek. Larry's the one who didn't show up because we were missing somebody in that circle when we were reliving all the things for Ozen. Larry was the one who didn't show up during it.
Because
Does
he
that
doesn't have
mean-
a spark.
He doesn't have a spark.
Yet.
Oh
true,
god.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so everybody but Larry is a planeswalker. Oh god.
jeez.
Oh jeez. Oh, now we have
Wait,
to kill him.
How the fuck did he get that? I want to. Oh my god.
He
Well,
is part of an
Ozen-
investigation agency.
Yeah,
That is also probably
Oh.
what started corrupting him.
that makes sense.
Ooh.
That
And I
makes
think
sense.
that's what Farah figured out.
Wait, so like, wait, timeline. Wait, hold
Timeline?
on. So like,
I still exist. There is no timeline.
no, there is a timeline.
Why
No,
not?
okay, so like Farrah would have like worked like at the, the police firm, like for some time. Like, was it always corrupted, or was there like a point in time after she started working that things changed or shifted?
Okay.
There
That's
was a
Good
time,
question.
you recall, where Larry was on leave for a bit, an assignment from
Oh.
higher up. You think
Higher up.
you were under the impression of that he was investigating this ring of, to lack of a better term, vandals, hiding out in one of the relegated mage rings.
Oh. Okay.
She did come back mentioning something of a cult that he squashed. Before he could get off the ground
Oh,
proper.
shit.
After that, he
Oh,
seemed
shit.
different. Not
Oh,
noticeably,
shit.
not noticeably in hindsight, but now that you think about it all. Perhaps he came back with something.
Something that was feeding into his lust for power, like feeding him, like just like how Antonia like whispers to Merrick, like stuff like that.
So when he pulled the heart from his chest and made the Atonia for Ozin, what emotion did he get rid of?
It's a good question. You should ask Larry.
No, didn't
What?
we in the sequence when he was at the plane taking out the heart, he said, I don't need this emotion anymore, and then the
Fear.
heart dropped. Fear. So if the heart is fear, we've got the skull, which is did we see that one?
Yes, we did see the skull.
What was the
'Cause,
skull, Jasper?
Control.
So I don't need fear, I don't need control.
Interesting. We going deeper and deeper down that damn rabbit hole.
So, oh God. That means we'll need to confront Larry.
In time.
You're not going to be alone when you do. Don't worry about it.
I'm sure he wants to kill me again.
Ain't gonna let him
Well.
touch you.
I've seen you fight.
He has to get through your two tanky friends here.
He's gonna get through your watchdog and his master.
I'm sorry, you want to run that by me again?
Hey, yo!
Calden jumps in the car, starts the engine, drives off.
Hey, I didn't say anything.
Don't need a 26 passive perception to hear that tension.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm not there yet.
There's no
Sit-
heterosexual explanation for this.
Sipubu, sit.
No,
so,
but
yeah.
now we're learning. Yeah, we're learning some more history here. Fuck. That's all I gotta say.
Jeez.
It's all connected.
So not only do I have to go when we get to Vryn, I have to kill one of my original characters that I made back in Descent into Avernus.
Probably.
No, it's not a probably. Avelios has been brought over to MTD against my wishes, and I'm slightly peeved at that.
Don't worry, I'll pay him respect.
Dude, Gaxon got showed up and
Oops,
he's
sorry,
piloting a
sorry.
Flockbot.
Yeah,
Sorry,
your
that was an
characters live though.
accident.
Yeah.
I have to kill mine.
He cruise vehicles.
Okay, so continue the conversation. So we've now found out that Larry has one of the pieces.
Allegedly. We're not certain yet. It could be. But... well, wise man once told me that there are no accidents.
Only coincidences.
Fate, some would call it. how did you all meet again? What got you all together?
Ravnica.
The War of the Spark on Ravnica.
That giant dragon basically stopped us from leaving.
Theros.
That's
We
right.
met Malgan on Theros.
Malgan did meet us on Theros.
Granted, I saw you guys on Ravnica a little bit. That's besides the point.
Also fair.
I wonder what the end game is. It's too close to tell. I'll have to think on this. Anyway, you all should get some rest. It looks like you might have a dangerous spot of mutilation ahead of you.
Jasper, am I able to contact the avatars of Toxic in any way?
Not from outside Toxic.
What about inside the Paradox?
It's more like you have a... it's more like a relay, but you're outside the country where it would function.
You think that quickly planes walking to Toxic to talk to them and go.
Dip.
Well, realistically, it fits in a big piece of the puzzle if I do.
True, it does.
Let's take care of the race first.
Yeah, I say let's.
I could be back in like an hour. Tops. How long is the conversation going to be? Hey, what did Ozen ask you all? Cool. Thank you. Come back. That's all I need to do.
Question is, would they be willing to give that information?
And honestly, it might actually help Seren get home. So there is that. I'm gonna have to do this at some point. We're talking about it now. While I remember it, I should probably do it.
Do we have any other leads that might be worth bringing up?
I can think of one. Sarah's Angels.
What about them?
You're thinking of going back to where the Atonia was.
Right, the sheriff was an angel.
There was... Merrick, I believe you saw this vision.
I did. I know exactly what you're mentioning. I know exactly what you're asking.
The angels that fought Ozen.
The angels have fought him.
And he let Sarah Miles live.
I think that... I'm sorry, continue.
No, you're good.
I think that she may be the best lead, for she knows him and knows they were in conflict for a reason. We should figure that out.
The question is, why do all this? Why Ozen went from apparently a benevolent traveling protector to spreading dark artifacts throughout the multiverse and slaughtering angels?
He couldn't kill his son.
So he takes out vengeance on other of Sarah's progeny? Then why let one live?
Send the message, maybe? I can only guess.
Ozen was the kind benefactor of our place.
Then why is he responsible for such evils?
I think that at that point, he knew the only way to stop him was to keep taking off pieces of himself. I think maybe that's the only way he could have thought of. But I don't really know. We should really ask the angels.
All things
Well,
in time.
if we have time, I'll go and ask.
Right.
We'll finish the death race, and then from there, we could split off. After we finish with Lucia, I'll go talk to the avatars. You can all go talk to Sarah, and I'll meet you when I'm done.
Back on Skelva, where we'll rendezvous. I have some leads of my own I might pursue after this.
Calden would take out a journal. He would sit down with Seren, and he would form a list of questions to ask the avatars. We can handle that another time. Let's continue.
You all do your best to stay alive. I'll head back. I've got an
Don't think
audience
I-
waiting for me.
Married yourselves. Don't think I could die if I wanted to.
Hmm.
You mean as much as you want to?
I didn't say that. I meant what I said.
What skill do I think would help me in this crazy fucking thing?
Good
So,
lord.
You're gonna planeswalk to Skelva. You're gonna planeswalk to Toxic. I'm gonna go to Beer, a different plane.
Gonna go to Bablovia, have a good time.
Go home to Kaldheim real quick. Go get an ale there.
I've
Come
No.
back.
Or mead. I'm sorry, mead. Not ale.
I will go to Ravnica if I need ale.
Fair
you know
point.
you know they got dope ass distilleries in the Is It Guild.
They experiment with shit.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
no. Like they crack.
Like oil.
I'm
Why
looking
is that?
for a brew.
Mhm.
America when
I'm
they find out
looking
the
for a
Is It Guild has
brewery.
oil.
Why is that ale in a cage? Because it growled at me.
Is It Guild accidentally invents the ale weird.
An
The
ale,
ale booze. An
an
ale
ale
booze.
elemental is like, don't talk to me or my son ever again.
All right.
With all that, I think we should call it for tonight.
Oh, I wanted to do the
Yeah.
death rays.
Nah,
Okay.
it's like
No,
11:30.
it's
It's almost
smart.
11:30.
I
It's
made that
hard.
mistake
It's like-
last time. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
we
do it
went
twice.
way too far.
Woo!
Well, way too long.
Anyway, we hope you all enjoyed this session. Next time, I think violence is due.
Oh shit.
Violence
Violence
is
was almost
due
due
in
today, and I
spades.
got cock blocked because it.
That's
I
why
s-
Jasper did the introduction of Barnes so early on in case it ended up just being a boss fight.
Oh, I was ready to go at him.
Trickle feed. Anyway, we have been Magic the Dungeoning. We'll see you in 2 weeks for another session and maybe some other cool things in the middle. Until then, this is us signing off.
Bye.
Shall we do a
Bye,
raid?
everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Shall we do a raid?
Only two that I can see that we. No, Queen of Cardboard is streaming.
Oh,
Ooh.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
What's she playing?
MTG.
Magic.
She's streaming EDH.
Ooh.
Oh, I could go for some...
She raids us usually sometimes. So let's return the favor.
Sometimes.
Yeah,
Take
return
it.
the favor.
I love saying
Okay.
bye for when we edit these on YouTube and then going into raid mode. It's my favorite thing. It's for
We edit these for YouTube.
We had...
Oh.
Tell them that!
Wild, sorry.
Oh, did we
Bye,
just get
everybody.
raided? We went up to 9 people.
Wait, did we really?
Yeah.
Because they didn't get sent in on the raid. That's unfortunate.
Oh, we should probably stop streaming now.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, bye.
Bye. I mean, yeah, I got.
Maybe
past
next
the
time we
raid.
won't have a scuffed stream. Bye-bye.
Scuff.